Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for January 28th, 2026. We've got Alchemy and Cornucopia Guilds today. And we've got Infirmary and Apprentice Trashing, University, Herald, and Golem for plus actions, draw from Herald and Advisor and Apprentice, and then gains from University, Merchant Guild, and Herbalist. All right, so let me start with the Baker token. So ultimately here, I think the goal is to do a big Merchant Guild thing and to like there's enough draw between Herald, Advisor, and Apprentice. I think we can, build pretty big, play a bunch of Merchant Guilds, and then buy a bunch of provinces with a bunch of coffers you've already stored up. We do want to get thin. Infirmary is pretty good at that. And we do have the Baker token. The ideal draw, I think, would be to start with a 5-2 and just overpay by 3. And then you're reasonably likely to trash at least 2 estates, and obviously you'd get to trash 3 cards. As it is, we have a 3-4. So if we're going to do the Infirmary overpay, it probably makes more sense to do it turn 2, but then that leaves the question of what do we do turn 1, and that's all pretty awkward. I mean, we could choose to overpay with the Baker token, trash an estate, trigger a shuffle where we know... Well, actually, we don't know that, do we? I was going to say we know we don't actually know we'd hit at least 4 because we could draw a copper off the top and then see estate, like the remaining estate, or even see Infirmary, which then we play and draw estate. No, wait, no, that would be... Yeah, because we'd already have an estate in hand. Yeah. But silver is not an appealing card here, is the thing. Like, we really want... one potion, one university, and then gain 5s that way, rather than having to buy them. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this opening split. What else could we do? We could use the Baker token for a potion and then overpay 1 for Infirmary next turn, and then we know that the potion is in the shuffle. And we don't have to worry about having a sad 3 coin hand next turn. That's an option. It does feel bad to use the token just to get a potion, but maybe it's fine. Like, as opposed to using it to get off a bigger Infirmary overpay is really what I mean. Yeah, if we do that and we trigger a shuffle and then we draw exactly the potion, we could still be sad on turn 3. Like, there's still a world where we draw 3 coppers, 2 estates, but that's probably... There's probably no specific way to avoid, like, that ever happens, so... I think I will go for this line. Yeah, see, this is better, although they didn't get 2 estates. Okay, we didn't see the potion. That's good. Hopefully we don't draw our university dead here, and hopefully we draw copper. Yes. Okay. So now what are we going to want to gain with university? I think our deck is not in a position where advisor is preferable to herald. Like advisor definitely increases hand size and herald only potentially does, but advisor skipping university or even potion is quite bad. So I think herald looks better. Nice. Okay. Baker's actually not a bad 5 to pick up here because the tokens can be like you can save them up for university. Sorry, for an infirmary overpay. That being said, it might be better to just get another herald and increase the odds of drawing. There's also Merchant Guild to consider. We are going to have 2 universities and a herald in the deck. Merchant Guild is a stop card and is not going to help us help our infirmaries trash, except insofar as it generates, or infirmary, I should say, singular trash, except insofar as it generates coffers. Yeah, I think the thing I value most right now is moving through the deck, so I'm gonna go for that. The bot still hasn't gotten a potion, which seems pretty losing to me. All right, what do we have down there? Another university, the infirmary, and then just starting cards? Yeah, 4 coppers. Unfortunately, we don't have the money to do much of anything about that. Infirmary overpay wouldn't... Well, we can't, you know, so... so we're not going to do that. Okay, well, this is not so bad. We're just going to keep taking these heralds. And this is a nothing buy. Oh. We could infirmary overpay here knowing that we'll get to trash a state. I think that's worth it. Yeah, we didn't even draw anything that we care about, so that's good. All right. Is there any way this herald triggers a shuffle? I think there might be. I'm going to take 1 merchant guild now, as well as another herald. That's annoying. I mean, we could trash the potion. Do we want a 4th university? We probably do. It's not a great shuffle to trigger. I don't love leaving the copper on top either, though. We do have another. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead for it. All right, that was better. Although revealed a copper. We have an infirmary down there, plus like a bunch of copper. Is that right? Maybe I should have trashed the potion. I'm feeling like in order to maximize the chances of not dying, I want to just take another Herald. Taking an infirmary here doesn't... I mean, it does take a copper off the top, but I don't know. It feels weird. Okay. All right. Let's get... It would definitely be more reasonable at this point to take Advisor. I'm not sure if we need to. Let's get one more Merchant Guild. And... maybe a Baker and... take an Advisor now. We could also do another Infirmary overpay, but I think we don't really have enough money for that to make sense. Ah. All right. How confident are we in our draw? I think not confident enough. I'm gonna take another Baker. Now I'll take a Merchant Guild since we triggered the shuffle. If we're getting to that Merchant Guild, we're doing good. Take another Merchant Guild. I suppose. I'm okay with that. All right, do we want to buy another university or do we want to trash this potion? Just having the potion in the deck gives us some flexibility. You know, the other thing we could do is buy a familiar. I kind of forgot that familiar was on this board. The bot is pretty thin, though. Probably not with the familiar. We do this. We could go University Advisor. We only have one Merchant Guild in play somehow, but oh well. It's a lot of starting cards in the trash at this point. I think we're doing pretty well there. Not as well as the bot, probably, but... Alright. How's we getting on the low side? The bot does not have nearly as many gains, though. Take another Merchant Guild. And another one? Be another Advisor. Baker. Say Baker, I guess. Ah, that's the last copper in our deck. All right. Maybe I should have trashed the potion this time. Baker. not going to take another university, I don't think. Just another advisor, maybe. The university would pay for itself. I just don't want to add the additional stop card. It does have a lot of coffers. How many merchant guilds did it play there, though? 3? Yeah, not that many. Do we lower piles here? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna leave some... I think we play the advisors first. Oh, damn it. Alright, at this point, surely we trash the potion. What did we discard? Discarded a Herald, an Advisor. We have 3 cards in the... What? Discard a Herald, discard an Advisor. Okay, so it's all draw down there. So surely we can win here. What's the best way to do this? We want to gain the merchant guilds. I think take an advisor. Infirmary. We hit Herald. That's not what we wanted, but we take the merchant guilds. Oh, well, that worked out. That last card should be another advisor. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, right? And, well, it would matter. We wouldn't want to leave it on top. It was a stop card in theory, but A, it shouldn't be, and B, oh my god, we only barely have enough money. Yeah, it isn't a stop card. I guess only barely is a slight exaggeration, but... Yeah, so the bot playing without University didn't make a lot of sense. It also only had 3 Heralds. So its deck wasn't really capable of doing a whole lot. If, like... I would... The one... Honestly, I probably shouldn't have actually gone for the highlight there, because that was like the... I mean, the bot only had max 4 gains. If I had just... I don't know. Gained some other stuff. Well, no, it's not. Okay, no, I take that back. It's not that I shouldn't have gone for the pile out. It's that going for the pile out there was like the one way that I could lose if I was wrong, which I wasn't, so it was fine. But like lowering piles enough that the bot could actually threaten to win. I mean, I think by the time I actually lowered them enough that it could do that, I was already like, you know, winning. Like clearly winning. But yeah, the bot the bot just did not have much like reach or control. Like it got thin, although it did buy some coppers to get more offers, but it didn't. Yeah, its deck was just kind of bad. And yeah, this deck was definitely better. um, the but yeah, like if I had needed to, I could have just like gained some other stuff, stored up some coffers, because I could, like I could have stored up a lot of coffers, like as I did as it was, and I left some buys on the table. Like I could have bought some coppers to gain a bunch of extra coffers, and then on the next turn, like if I'd needed to, I could have gone for a greening approach rather than pile out approach. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing is, like, there's a nice synergy between university and infirmary, like gaining universities while playing infirmary, not as much maybe, but like gaining cards with the university while you're trashing with the infirmary, like you don't need to hit price points, right? And the bot was completely reliant on hitting price points in order to gain any of this stuff, which I think, really is limiting, very limiting. I bought some things, but like I gained a lot of things with university. And university is good, especially on a board that can be played in an action dense way like this, like with Herald. Herald in particular likes that because, of course, Herald wants you to have as high of an action density as possible. Yeah, I could see adding an apprentice here. I didn't do it. I kept feeling like my draw should come together. The combination of Heralded Advisor should be good enough, and that way I don't have to worry about like Herald hits Apprentice at the wrong time and I have to trash something that I don't want to trash or whatever. But it probably would have been fine to just take an Apprentice. And what, not just fine, but like it probably would have actively been helpful in getting the deck drawing faster. Like, like obviously like trashing something like a Baker would be completely fine. Even trashing University, you actually get 4 cards for University because of the potion clause that almost never comes up on Apprentice. That'd be fine. So I do also wonder whether there was any moment in the game where I could have added a golem and whether that would have been any good. I guess I can imagine a draw where golem would have been bad because it like, it's like, okay, I don't have any universities in my starting hand. I don't have any heralds in my starting hand. Don't have any advisors either. Like that's a lot, but like, and I'm not just gonna like, I don't have any, but like it'd have to be golem and like merchant guild and infirmary, right, in the starting hand, and then you play the golem and it reveals more merchant guild and infirmary. That's really unlikely. I think, yeah, I'm not saying it should have added golem. I'm just saying I think I could have, and I think it would have improved the deck. I think that the odds of having a hand where golem whiffs and that matters or not whiffs, but like doesn't find a non-terminal card and then that ends up actually mattering are really small. And other than that, it's basically a lost city, which is good. So anyway, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.